So my final film for this Noirvember was Maggie Greenwald's The Kill Off. It's a film I found last year, and I didn't get it in, and so I was very excited to watch it this year. It's from 1989. It's independently produced, and it's based on the novel by Jim Thompson of the same name, but it was directed and produced by women, which is very rare in the neo-noir genre. You have like Bound and maybe um, the In the Cut, but those are like original stories. You don't have a lot of noir adaptations directed by women, so this is very exciting. It is just as sleazy and just depraved as you want a Jim Thompson to be. It's so beautifully shot. Unfortunately, the version that's available, you gotta kind of track it down, appears to be a VHS rip. So I'm really hoping a film like this should be restored by Vinegar Syndrome or Shout Factory or something, because it is so good and so important and should be part of the neo noir canon, especially this um, post founding of Black Lizard neo noir canon that was really happening in the late 80s, early 90s. Like, this film needs a restoration. If they can restore this world and then the fireworks, then they can restore the kill off. God damn it. So the plot is that a woman uh, in the past had married an 18-year-old kid right before his father died. She was 35. Now she's 50, he's 32. People gossip about them, while she also gossips on the phone about literally everyone in town. She talks trash on everyone. She never leaves her bed. They're happily married, despite their age difference, and she just talks trash on everyone. Unfortunately, at one point, she talks trash on the wrong person, and that causes a um, spiraling bunch of events that leads to her eventual death. She's not a great person. So the thing about it is, and if you've ever read a Jim Thompson novel, everyone in Jim Thompson's world is horrible, and you never feel bad about anybody who dies. And so she's terrible, but you feel a little bad that she dies. But everyone else is terrible. There's her, her husband ends up stepping out on her because a new stripper comes to town, and the stripper is world weary and just maybe loves the guy, but maybe just needs, you know, someone, companionship while she's in this town. There's a bar owner who has hired the stripper, who has some background drama with the woman who's always on her phone, who has done something to his daughter at some point in the past, and the woman knows about it and hasn't told anybody, nor have we found out. The daughter is having a sort of a fling slash becoming a drug addict, a heroin addict, with the doctor's son, who is also obviously a drug dealer. So he's, and then sometimes a part-time hitman. And so there's all these different intersecting things that are colliding into this just fetid world of small town crime. And it's so beautifully shot. I can't even say that enough. It's gorgeous cinematography, gorgeous noir feel, but with that sort of lovely 80s color. Lot of what am I looking at? A lot of bar room scenes that are that sort of late 80s, late 70s into late 80s, oranges and greens and that kind of coloring. That's the kind of bars I remember from when I was a kid. Yes, I was in bars as a kid. The bowling alley was a bar, okay, but it's that kind of feel to it. Barfly is another example of one that had those sort of bars in it. I just think it's a great film, and everyone was good. The only actor in it that's sort of still working is Georgia Fox. This was her first film. Obviously, she was on ER for a while and many other things. This is a great film. It's a forgotten film. It should be part of the canon, both of neo noir and noir in general. It's one of the few by women. It is so well made. Does having a woman make it slightly different? I don't know. I think mostly because all of the characters are terrible, and Jim Thompson allows that. I think the one thing that is a big difference is that the way the stripper is shot is not leery at all. She's just doing her job, and it never pans on her in a voyeuristic way. It just presents her doing her striptease job. I had it been shot by a dude, I don't know that they would have necessarily been more skeevier, but they probably would have. We would have had like more tit shots and things that would have been leery and a little gross about the woman. And instead, she's just presented as a woman doing her job. Her job just happens to be a striptease. So I think that's the difference that you get from having a woman shoot it. The ending is as bleak as you'd expect. It's a great film. It's called The Kill Off. You can find it if you're looking for it, but it appears to be a non-color corrected like shitty VHS rip. That's what's available. So, somebody put the money together and restore this film because it's gorgeous. And I'm guessing the version that I watched, it's that muted VHS that's been played a million times sort of color. I'm guessing the real color of this is so beautiful, and I want to see it really badly. So, restore this film, God damn it. So this is Noirvember. Can't believe it's been 9 years of watching all these noirs every day in November, and all these people who did it with me this year. It's so exciting. Every year it gets bigger and bigger, and next year is Noirvember 10, so like plan some big shit. It's gonna be fantastic. This is Maggie Greenwald's The Kill Off, and it was a great way to end Noirvember.